Hi there, my name's Jennifer and I'm a naturalist with the City of Aurora's Open Space Natural Resource Division here in Aurora, Colorado. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm really excited that you're joining me today to learn all about seeds and how they move in this Discovering Aurora's True Nature virtual video series. Now before we get started, please be sure to review those pre-questions that were either sent to you by your teacher or which you can read about in the description link of this video. These questions are meant to help us get thinking about our topic today, seeds and how they move. In this section of the video, we're going to be talking all about how plants move around in their environment. What's that you say? Plants can't move. They don't have legs or wings or fins. They can't do things like walk or run or swim or fly, can they? Well, actually, plants have developed a number of different techniques to move their plant material around from one place to the next. And they do it through their seeds. These tiny little packets of nature's magic that have all the genetic material inside the seed to be able to grow a whole new plant. And these can develop as long as a plant becomes pollinated by wind or insects or bats or birds. Well, how do they do it? Well, this process of plants moving their seeds around in the environment is called seed dispersal. Well, that's a fancy term. Try to say it with me now. Ready? Seed dispersal. I can't hear you. Try again. Seed dispersal. Very good. So again, seed dispersal is a plant moving its seeds from one place to another. Now, there are a number of different fascinating ways in which plants have developed to move their seeds around in the environment. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to be focusing in on three. Before we talk about those three, however, I want you to think about some questions. Why would a plant want to disperse its seeds? Well, for the purpose of growing a new plant elsewhere, right? But why would a parent plant want to move its babies, its seeds, far away from itself? Well, maybe for some of the same sorts of reasons why you guys might look forward to moving out on your own one day, away from your parents and having your own house. So you can spread your wings and have exposure to new resources and grow and become the best you that you can be. Plants are similar in that when they move away from the parent plant, they are moving into new space and they have access to new resources. All of the sunlight, water, nutrients from the soil, and air that they need to grow and survive and become the best plant they can be. Okay, so the three main types of seed dispersal we're going to be focusing on in this video are edible seeds, those types of seeds that might get eaten by an animal, for instance, wind dispersed seeds, and seeds that might get picked up and carried away by the wind, and Velcro or hitchhiker seeds. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to be using these everyday objects or toys that I've collected and show you how they might mimic or represent seeds being dispersed or moved around in their environment. So here we have a ball that lights up in the middle. So this is representing a seed that is inside of a fleshy, brightly colored, nutrient-rich casing of a fruit, much like this apple here with the seeds inside. So plants have developed these seeds to be attractive for animals to want to eat them. And when they eat them, they ingest the seed. And the seed then, maybe say it was a bird that ate something like this rosehip seed, for instance, this brightly colored, fleshy, fruited rosehip with the seeds inside. And when the bird flies away, a few hours or days later, it might poop out that seed in a new location that's suitable for that plant to grow in. And because the seed has this really nutrient-rich substance at the poop that it's sitting in, it can grow and become its own plant. So the poop helps the seed. Here we have some bubbles, some homemade bubbles made with some dish soap and a pipe cleaner that I'm going to be using to demonstrate wind dispersal. Whoops. Oop, there goes my bubble or my seed. See how it can be lifted up and carried away far from the parent plant. If I blow it right. There we go. So these types of seeds are really lightweight and easily picked up by the wind and carried far away, like this cattail seed pod. Another type of seed that is also wind dispersed has to do with having special structures on its seed itself. So here I have a straw taped to a popsicle stick, and I'm going to demonstrate how this can helicopter away from me. Ready? There it goes. So that seed was able to move far away from the parent plant because of these special winged structures that the wind can pick up and use to help it carry the seed away so that it can grow in a new place. Now here I have some Velcro. It's very scratchy, and things like this fuzzy ball can stick to it. And so seeds like these wild licorice seeds that have very prickly, spiky seed heads can affix or get stuck to something that might be walking by. Say a deer or a pronghorn brush up against the seed and then move or walk away from that plant and maybe bed down for the night in a soft grassy location, and some of the seeds fall off of their fur. And then when they get up in the morning, the seeds are left there and they can grow into a whole new plant. Have you guys ever walked through a field yourselves and brushed up against a plant and maybe got its seeds stuck to you? Well, you can also be a vector for dispersing seeds or moving them around in the environment. So we've talked a little bit about why plants would want to move their seeds around in the environment, how they go about doing that through these special structures or special seed types. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us as we've experimented and discussed a little bit about how plants disperse their seeds and move them around in the environment. Maybe you might want to find some objects from around your home and invent your own seed dispersal mechanisms. Or perhaps you might want to go exploring around in your neighborhoods or open space nearby your house, looking for all the different fascinating types of seeds that are out there. And maybe you can think about how they move around. Whatever you end up doing, don't forget to check out the post questions associated with this video to review what you've learned. I hope to see you again soon in one of our Discovering Aurora's True Nature education videos. Have fun!